Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another Make the Look for Less video. Today I'm going to be making a Madewell inspired purse. I saw this purse on the internet. It's $168. I like the way it looks and everything, but I can't get myself to spend $168 on something that I can make for way cheaper. Okay guys, so first off, I started off by going to the fabric store and getting some fabric. I just got some like fake pleather kind of stuff. I didn't get any leather or anything because it's going to cost a lot of money. Yes, I went ahead and I went to a few different stores. I fortunately have a fabric store near me that is closing down, so I got this for a really good price. Okay guys, so I am taking this H&M bag. It's 14 and a quarter by 16 and a half. So if you don't have this, you can just measure it out. But I'm just going to use this as my guide. I'm going to first trace it. I'm going to be using a black pen. I'm going to be leaving around an inch at the top. And then the seam allowance, I'm going to leave a half of an inch all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but if you don't have that, you can just measure however big or small you want it. It really just depends on you. Okay, so I have my seam allowance and everything on it. I'm going to be taking out 2-inch squares on each of the bottom corners. And you'll see what I'll be doing, but I'm going to take out 2-inch squares and we're going to go from there. Basically, I'm going to put right sides together. And I'm going to be sewing the bottom and the two sides together. If you're doing a lining like I am, and you're basically going to just trace one of these pieces on your lining and cut out two just the same as you did before. You're basically going to make a purse out of lining and then your real purse, and you're going to sew them together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and we'll get to sewing. So now that we have it sewn like this, what we're going to do is we're going to open up this flap. So see how it's nice and open. You have the two corners, just pull them, and you're going to lay them flat on top of each other. So like this. So now you have like this pointed shape. You're going to sew straight across that at your seam allowance. You don't have to do a half an inch, you can do it a quarter. I just like doing everything half an inch just in case anything messes up. I still have some room. You can always take away from fabric, but you cannot add to fabric. So if you cut too little, you'll be stuck with having to cut it all out again. And once you've done that, it looks like this. Okay guys, so now that we've sewn our bottom together, this is what it's gonna look like. So now, this is the point where if you've made the lining, you're gonna go ahead and flip it wrong side out. You're gonna stick it into your bag, and then where it meets the top, you're gonna go ahead and do a small seam, like I would say like not more than a quarter around the top. So that way you have a nice pretty inside. So go ahead and sew the wrong side to wrong side together. I would say less than a quarter, maybe at the edge of your pedal foot. And yeah, go ahead and sew that. Make sure that the seams match up as much as possible so that it won't look all funky. It is still 14 and a quarter. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and take the half measurement of this. And the reason I'm doing this is because if you have clamps, I want to know what the exact middle is. So if you have clamps, they're not too much, or snaps they're called, they're not too much at the fabric store. So you can see my point right here that I've made. And basically the way you put on clasps or snaps or anything that you may have, buttons or anything, I'm gonna go ahead and make two like incisions with a seam ripper. Very, very small. Do not make them bigger than the actual clasps that are on the back themselves. And I'm gonna go ahead and see exactly where I want them to be so that, yeah, so that I can have like an even measurement on both sides. Found exactly where I want my hole to be. There's a little circle right here that you can see. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take these little things and I'm gonna put it like straight over center on top of that, and I'm gonna push down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and mark those before they fade away. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stick my seam ripper in it. Gently make them bigger. Okay, so I have them through my fabric. Go ahead and take your little piece. And now you're gonna wanna take something like pliers, or if you have like really strong nails, you can use your nails. So now when you go ahead and you fold this over, I'm gonna sew this down, and then when you fold this over, it's gonna be like a nice little button there. So I'm gonna go ahead and hem this up. I'm gonna do it a quarter, or almost a half, and then I'm gonna do it a half again, just like that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sew it down. Okay guys, so now I have it all sewn together. It's pretty thick fabric, so my needle did break. But yeah, so it has a nice lining on the inside. I've cut all my straps. I've made them like little triangle shapes, and I did that just by doing a stitch over and then cutting it into triangles, and then I did 2 stitches down. I'm gonna go ahead and pick a place that I want to put my straps, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attach them. And so I'm just gonna sew them on in like a box shape. Okay guys, and when it's all finished, it's gonna look like this on the top. And I did 1.5 inches down for each of them. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you have any requests or comments for Make the Look for Less series, go ahead and leave that down below. Life is too short to be negative, so make sure you're keeping it positive. I love you all so, so much. Bye! Mwah.